Calculate weighted averages using percents. This is one of my favorite topics. I love weighted averages. A weighted average is a type of average where the data values have different importance or weights associated with them. Basically, not all items are equal, right? A lot of times you see this in grades, right? Calculating grade, like your homework is weighted less than your exam, or your final paper is weighted higher than your midterm paper, or whatever. Okay, so let's jump in. There are 3 basic steps. First is to find the category average for each given category, and that's a basic average. So if we're talking about homework being a category, we're going to add up all the homework values, divide by how many there are, and that's going to give us our category average. Sometimes this is given to you. So sometimes steps 1 is going to be done, sometimes it's not. You got to pay attention. Once we have the category averages, we're going to multiply that category average by the weighted percent. This is going to give us what I like to call quality points, right? You earn quality points based off the category average multiplied by the weight of that category. Once you have all of the quality points for all the categories, then we just add them together. And once we add them together, that is your final grade. All right, let's jump in and play. History has class discussions weighted at 5%, midterm exam at 25%, essays at 15%, homework at 10%, quizzes at 15%, and the final exam is 30%. The category averages for each is noted in the table below. Calculate the weighted average. So the discussions, you have a category average of 100, and let's remember, we need the weights. So let's go ahead. I'm a table person. I love to use tables to calculate these. It keeps everything nice and organized. So as I go through these, let's add the weights. Class discussions, we have a category average of 100. The weight is 5%. The midterm is an 82, and that's at 25%. Essays are 75 at 15%. Homework is at a 95 at 10% weighted average. Quizzes are at an 80 average with a 15% weight, and final exam is an 87 at a 30%. Okay, step 1's already done, right? The category average is given, done. So we are on to step 2. Step 2 says we multiply. Okay, so we're going to take the category average times the weight. So 100 times 5%. Remember, 5% is 0.05. I see that mistake a lot. So 100 times 5% gives me 5. 82 times 25%, which would be 0.25, gives me 20.5. 75 times 15%, or 0.15, gives me 11.25. 95 times 10% is 9.5. 80 times 15% is 12, and 87 times 30% is 26.1. So now we take all of these numbers and we add them together. So the sum of all of those values is 84.35. So if you were in my class, this would be a B. Grading scale depends on what class you're in, but that's the idea. Category average times the weight gives us what I like to call, again, quality points. It's my term. Add the quality points together to get your final grade. Okay, let's do another one. This one, we just have scores. Why do I have a line in the middle of my homework? That looks real weird. Okay, something happened, but that's fine. We'll go with it. So we have data for a math course is given below. Find the weighted average for this course. So you'll notice we have homework. We have 8 scores there. Quiz, we have 5 scores. Exam is 3 scores. Project are 2 scores. And we have our weights. So now our first step is to find our category average. So for the homework, we're going to add these together. So I need to add these 8 values. When I add them together, I get 780. There are 8 of them, so I divide by 8, and my category average is 97.5. For quizzes, I'm going to add all of these 5 numbers together. I'm going to get 464, divide that by the 5 numbers, and my category average for quizzes is 92.8. There are 3 exams. I add those together, I get 190, divided by 3. My category average for exams is 63.33. And then for projects, I have 2 of them. So I'm at 177 divided by 2 for a category average of 88.5. Now, I'm a big fan, as I've already mentioned, of tables. So get yourself a table to keep this organized. We know we have to have a weights column and we need a category average column. Those are the 2 columns that we are going to multiply together. So I'm going to take my category average for homework of 97.5 and multiply by 0.05 because the weight is 5%. So my quality points line is 4.875. For quizzes, I take 92.8 and I multiply by 0.15 because my weight is 15%, and that gives me 13.92. For exams, I take the 63.33 and I multiply by 0.6, which gives me a 38. And then my projects of a category average of 88.5 times 0.2, and that leaves me with 17.7. So now I add my 4 quality points together, and I get a score of 74.495, which in my class would be a C. So really, it all depends on whether or not you're given the category averages or if you have to find them first. Either way, it's a lot of fun finding weighted averages using percents.